So where we are now is Maya. We know that you were one of the primary writers for this project. I am more than just a thought. What made you sign on to this project?
When first given the invitation to I'm More Than Just a Thought, I believed in the piece. I believe I had something that I can definitely add, and I wanted to be a part of bringing life to the words of the piece and to be able to help interpret so that others can receive the message that they are truly more than just a thought.
Okay. All right. Stephen, with you being the director of this project, what made you sign on to participate?
I think I liked the challenge. I always like the challenge of telling different people's story. Like literally, when I was driving the set, my background, I was thinking to myself, like, how did I get on this project? Why did I do that? I think it's because I really wanted to tell the story. Like I liked the concept of the character and the evolving and changing. So I really wanted to be able to take that on. My main goal was to, and this, I'm big with not trying to give away like how stories end up. But my main goal was really to tell this, what I thought was like an evolving story. From the beginning, as far as planning something, anybody that, has done any type of planning, whether for like a wedding or for a video, like you understand, like it's one thing comes after another. But with this story, it was just an ever evolving character, that had an individual story within a larger story. And, that's what really stood out to me the most was how do we tell this person's individual story? Somebody that may not have as loud as a voice to this person that just pops off the screen like a Cardi B and just, takes over the whole room. How do you put that all into a story, and tell one unified story? So.
Yeah. So what was your first impression when, this idea was brought to you?
When I first heard I'm More Than Just a Thought and thinking about everything that was happening in our society at the time when this was presented, I thought about, a photographer and how a photographer gets to decide what images are worth developing. And so I thought about how sometimes the media can shape our interpretation of what it is that we believe. And so I thought it would be a great way to capture that by saying we're more than just a thought. You can't box us in, we don't fit in your imagination. We're more than the images that you wish to develop about us. And we just won't allow anyone to give their own interpretation of who we are. Yes.
So, Stephen, when a writer comes to you in regards to what they are thinking in regards to their concept, what makes Blue Rain say yes?
I think what actually makes Blue Rain say yes, as far as the business, and I want to answer from that aspect, is being able to have a quality content piece. This was a step for me in a different direction because I was working as a creative control. So I made more of my markings in videography coming up, which has now led to like more marketing and building pieces and things like that, like the overall look. And so I was able to work in that capacity. What you don't see on camera is that like I'm playing the video on loop over and over and over and over again. It's like I'm in it, like I'm in the story, like this is a part of me right now. So me as the person, it's not a versus or a contrast with Blue Rain and World. It's actually in a conjunction, but I have to also separate myself as the individual. This is how it impacts me personally as well. So it's like something I have to actually absorb. So of course, when it comes down to with the idea, that has to be something that I can align with. If it's something I don't align with as far as the story aspect, then I try to find something that I can align with because ultimately I want to make quality content pieces from a business standpoint that leave a mark. People at this point, content creation has become something as almost as something to do at this aspect. You have many people that say, "Hey, I have a channel. I hold up a phone every single day and I talk to that phone, and that's my channel." Which and it might be very, very interesting. And now you see people saying like, "Hey, we need more content and more content." content. And I take more of an approach from a business aspect that can say, hey, this might be the only content that I produce from a Blue Rain World standpoint for this whole first quarter because it was so impactful that it stuck with me. And then it
Mm-hmm.
inspired the next piece, and then it inspired the next piece, and then it inspired the next piece. So it was maybe 4 pieces of content for the year from Blue Rain World because that's the type of impact I want to leave. I want it to be something where you can look at 2 years from now, you're like, man, I just go back and look at that sometimes because of the impact of what it had.
I'm really excited. I believe that I concur with what he's saying. I think that any piece that we may choose to work on should have a very impactful, and it should definitely, like you said, make a statement. Like for me, I sign on to pieces that I feel will inspire, that will definitely encourage, that will really uplift. I want to help, like with Stephen, put out content that really means something, that it's of quality and makes you want to watch it over and over again, and that the message is relevant, and that it will stay relevant for many years to come. It's like making a part of history.